Welcome to the EMG Arms video manual. This manual is for the EMG F-1 Firearms Demolition Ranch UDR-15 AEG. In this video manual, we'll show you the proper safety procedures, how to load and operate an airsoft gun, as well as basic maintenance and proper storage. We want to thank you for your purchase of this EMG product. EMG strives to bring you the ultimate training products with our limitless innovation, unmatched quality, and top performance. Section 1, Safety Guidelines. Always wear ANSI-rated eye protection before testing or operating airsoft guns. Always treat your airsoft gun as if it's a real loaded firearm. Even if your batteries, gas, and magazines are removed, do not assume the airsoft gun cannot fire accidentally at any time when the trigger is pulled. Always clear the airsoft gun of any remaining BBs by removing the magazine and firing it a few times in a safe direction away from people. Never brandish your airsoft guns in public places. Always transport in a gun bag or gun case and only take them out at designated airsoft fields or approved areas of operation. Always store your airsoft gun unloaded within a gun bag or gun case when not in use. Learn about muzzle awareness and trigger discipline. Muzzle awareness is being cautious where the end of the barrel is pointed and never pointing the airsoft gun towards anything you don't intend to shoot. Trigger discipline is all about trigger control and keeping your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Additionally, please be aware that some airsoft fields require you to keep a barrel cover on your airsoft gun at all times until you enter a permitted airsoft field of play. This is an additional safety precaution to prevent accidental misfires or injuries. Section 2. Battery, charging, and safety. For your EMG UDR-15 AEG, we recommend an 11.1 small stick-type 1000 mAh LiPo battery. Please note there are generally two types of batteries and specific chargers for them. NIMH or nickel metal hydride batteries need to be charged with an NIMH battery charger only. Smart versions are available. LiPo or lithium polymer batteries need to be charged with LiPo battery chargers only. Smart versions are also available for those. For optimized battery performance and safety, we highly recommend you use a balancing charger or smart charger instead of a basic wall charger. These have built-in safety features to cut off the flow of electricity to your battery once it's fully charged and avoids overcharging. The higher-end models will also allow you to adjust the charging current to your battery, ultimately increasing your battery's longevity. We highly recommend charging your batteries in a battery charging bag to reduce the charging risk of the unlikely event of fire damage to your property. The bags are specifically made to contain fires in the unlikely event of battery malfunctions. When charging the batteries, make sure to keep flammable objects and moisture away from batteries and chargers at all times. If you notice your battery is swollen, it is no longer usable. Safely disconnect it from your charger and properly dispose of it at a battery recycling facility, like Evike.com. Section 3. Battery installation. Your UDR-15 AEG is equipped with an APS RS2 low-profile adjustable stock. To install your battery, simply remove the pin at the back and pull down the buttstock to expose the inside of the buffer tube. Gently pull out the wires from the buffer tube enough so that the Dean's connection is exposed. Take the female end of the Dean's connector of the battery and insert it onto the male end of the Dean's connection from the airsoft gun. Pay close attention to the orientation of the Deans. It can only be plugged in one way. Make sure that those contacts align for the connection to connect properly. Gently guide the wires down into the buffer tube along with the battery. Don't use excessive force to shove the wires down into the buffer tube. Doing so could damage your wires and/or connections. You can position the battery either vertically in the battery compartment behind the buttstock or inside the buffer tube itself. The battery we've suggested fits both places. Once the battery and wires are positioned, close the buttstock, reinsert the pin on the side of the stock. Make sure you're not hitting the wiring when guiding the pin through the holes on each side of the stock. Section 4. Magazine installation. For optimized performance, we recommend using high-quality BBs no lower than 0.20 grams. Included with our EMG UDR-15 AEG, you'll find a high-capacity magazine with a BB capacity of 450 rounds. To load the high-capacity magazine, slide the trapdoor open at the top of the magazine. Pour BBs into the reservoir until it fills up to the top of the magazine. Once full, close the trapdoor at the top and scroll the scrolling wheel at the bottom of the magazine several times until you start to see BBs at the top of the feed ramp. Install the magazine up into the mag well until you hear an audible click. The magazine should not fall out once properly seated. Section 5, Operation. Once you've installed both the battery and the magazine full of BBs, please note that your airsoft gun is now loaded and make sure to take precaution when handling it. Handling. To properly handle your airsoft rifle when firing, first get a firm grip around the motor grip or pistol grip. Get a comfortable grip with your other hand on the handguard of the rifle. Bring the butt end of the stock up to your shoulder, bracing it near your armpit. Bring up the barrel end of the airsoft rifle and point it towards your intended target like so. If the front and rear sights are included, use those sights to get a precise targeting acquisition by lining up the front sight with a mark between the two rear sight and front sight marks. If your grip on the airsoft gun feels uncomfortable and too close to your body, you can adjust the position of the stock, even with the battery inserted in the buffer tube. For stock adjustment, press or squeeze on the release mechanism and pull back on the stock to increase the length of the airsoft gun. Once you find a comfortable position, let go of the release lever and move the stock slightly until it clicks into place. That way it doesn't fall on you when you're using it. The stock can be readjusted back and forth until you find the most comfortable position for yourself. Fire modes. The F-1 UDR-15 is equipped with an ambidextrous fire selector switch. In safety, the airsoft rifle cannot fire. However, be cautious when your airsoft gun is still loaded. Semi-auto, the airsoft gun will fire one BB with one trigger pull. And of course, fully automatic. The airsoft rifle will fire continuously when the trigger is pulled. To shoot, pull the trigger to fire the airsoft rifle. Unlike their real firearm counterparts, airsoft rifles do not feature a rifled barrel. Because of its spherical projectile, a different system of keeping the projectile aloft is used. We call this hop-up. Hop-ups are adjustable depending on the weight of the BB used and can be adjusted specifically for that weight and to guarantee accuracy with your shots. To obtain the best possible accuracy out of your airsoft gun, you'll need to find the right amount of hop-up so that your BB travel is as straight as possible for the longest distance possible. To access your hop-up on this rifle, pull back on the charging handle. The mock bolt will pull back to reveal the hop-up within the mock ejection port on the receiver. If your BBs are curving downward when you fire, turn the dial up or clockwise when your hop-up unit to increase the hop. If your BBs are curving to upward when you fire, turn the dial down or counterclockwise on your hop-up unit to decrease the hop-up. Keep adjusting and firing your airsoft rifle until you're hitting the targets as precisely as possible, or wherever you see fit. Never overturn your hop-up dial as it may damage the unit or the bucking that applies pressure to the BBs. Also, don't shoot your airsoft gun sideways as it will cause the hop-up unit not to function properly. Airsoft operation safety tips. Once you're done firing your airsoft guns, press the magazine release button and remove the magazine from the receiver. Fire your airsoft gun a safe distance away from people to discharge any BBs that are left in the hop-up of the airsoft gun. Always remember to switch it back to safety to avoid any accidental discharge. If you're at an official airsoft field, remember to place your barrel cover back on your airsoft gun before you leave the playing field. Storage. Make sure to remove your battery before storing your airsoft gun. Store your airsoft gun in a gun bag or case when not in use. Expel any unused BBs from the magazine into a proper disposal container by pulling back the BB retainer at the top of the magazine with your finger. Do not keep BBs in your magazine while kept in storage. Doing so could weaken the spring over time and cause it to not feed your entire magazine through your airsoft gun. Section 6. Cleaning and maintenance. If there's dirt or dust apparent in the crevices of your airsoft rifle, you can always use compressed air or a brush to clean it up. You can also take a slight damp cloth and gently wipe down the external parts of the airsoft rifle, although the external cleanliness isn't a requirement. To clean the inner barrel, you must first turn your hop-up all the way off to avoid damage to it. Take the cleaning rod and a small piece of tissue or paper towel through the tip of the rod. Gently rotate the guide rod down through the inner barrel until you reach the hop-up unit. Pull the cleaning rod out and repeat the process a few times more to remove any dirt or debris from the inner barrel. Never look down the barrel of your airsoft gun unless it's completely detached from your gearbox. Maintenance. To maintain a smooth inner barrel, we're going to clean it in much the same way we would cleaning it normally with a dry paper towel, except this time with silicone oil. Take your cleaning rod and thread a small piece of tissue or paper towel through the tip of the rod. You'll want to spray a small amount of silicone oil or silicone spray onto the paper. Gently rotate and guide the rod down through your inner barrel once again. Pull the cleaning rod out and repeat the process a few times more until your paper comes out clean and doesn't have any black residue on it. Always avoid getting dirt and dust in the hop-up and inner barrel, which, if you're playing outside, can be a problem. Closing statements. We hope you've found this manual useful in helping you become more familiar with your brand new EMG product. For the full version of this manual, you can find it on our website at EMG Arms. We hope you enjoy training and playing with your EMG product. And remember, when playing Airsoft, always play safely and responsibly. Oh, and if you haven't checked out the EMG F-1 Firearms Demolition Ranch UDR-15 AEG, we hope this video inspires you to check it out.